This is Dolynny TV, ladies and gentlemen. Good evening and welcome into a Friday. Oh, wait a minute. It's Tuesday, but it's Canada Day tomorrow. So, in Canada, that's just Tuesday before Canada Day. Might as well be Friday. Let's be serious. I'm not going to sit here and tell you what takes place on the night before Canada Day or on Canada Day, but because it's in the middle of the week, the stat holiday, you're going to need it to recover, so everybody's going to take advantage tonight, not tomorrow. Or if you book Thursday, Friday off because you have holidays and you actually can get holidays this time of year, hey, lucky you, great on you. But before that, you know what? We have some other camping to get to. Now, obviously, this is Tyson. Why didn't you have this yesterday? This was available yesterday. How did you not see this? Well, you know how you come home and read articles and sometimes you get guilty of just reading headlines? I did that. I did that yesterday. And I just read the headline that Ethan Bear and, of course, Mr. Patrick Russell were back on the ice. Problem is, I didn't read any articles about that. I read some headlines because yeah, sure, I saw them, but I didn't read the articles. And within an article on the Edmonton Sun via Jim Matheson about Bear and Patrick Russell returning to Rogers Place ice is the fact that Matheson has a how does he word it? Let me see here. Can I find the wording on this? Can I open my tabs and keep them open? Ethan Bear and Patrick Russell joined the Oilers. Let me get this here. So, tentative, is that the right word? Here's a tentative. Yeah, tentative 30 skater, 4 goalie roster to start camp. So, yeah, that was in an article yesterday about Bear and Patrick Russell, because here is my problem with the media nowadays is they try to get as much work crammed into one thing as possible, or they try to crap out as few useless things or as many useless things as possible, and nowhere is this happy medium of information like we used to have it, right? Realistically, you should have a full article dedicated to the tentative training camp roster if you supposedly have your hands on it. Here we do not. Instead, it's buried in an article about 2 players joining voluntary skates in Phase 2 in the middle of players now saying they don't want to play. Well, okay. So, let's get to it, shall we? My gripes with the media nowadays aside. Here is your list. Oh my goodness. Woo, Jim. Whoa, man. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I feel Toronto just imploded, my friends. Ryan Nugent-Hopkins, Leon Draisaitl, Kyler Yamamoto listed as the top line. Ooh. Somewhere across the NHL, a lot of fans are now upset at Oilers media in a whole new light, and it's not even funny. That aside, Tyler Ennis, Connor McDavid, Zach Kassian, your second line on here. Andre Athanasiou on here as the left wing with Sheehan and Archibald. Actually, that wouldn't be a bad pair. I think that could be a great little line right there. James Neal, Jujhar Khaira, Alex Chase on your fourth line. A very gritty, tough scoring fourth line in the playoffs. No doubt about that. Joachim Nygard, Gaetan Haas, and of course Patrick Russell, your fifth line. Tyler Benson, Cooper Marody, Marcus Granlund, and Ryan McLeod, your black aces, if you would. Your guys coming up from the farm to fill out the roster for training camp then. On the defense, you've got Oscar Klefbom, Adam Larson, Darnell Nurse, Ethan Bear, Chris Russell, Matt Benning, Caleb Jones, Mike Green, William Lagesson, Evan Bouchard, Philip Broberg. Out of the 3 of those guys, the bottom 3 guys on that list, you can probably eliminate them. Quite honestly, they probably won't play. That said, you just never friggin' know at this point with this whole COVID thing. So be prepared for Philip Broberg to win the Conn Smythe Trophy at this point. Just put that, I mean, if you want to put a prop bet on that, odds are probably 10,001. Put down $20 and win yourself some money, shall ya? That sounds like a really good idea. So, that aside, defense-wise, taken care of. Forward group, taken care of. Let's get to the goaltenders. Mikko Koskinen, Mike Smith, Stuart Skinner, Olivier Rodrigue. This is nothing. We know this. All right, this is essentially, I think if this is a tentative roster, this is what Jim Matheson has gathered from being able to put together everything and say, nope, this is how it fits. And that's just right. That's what you, I, and the next guy try to do every single day throughout this is, well, if he's available, I'd like him instead of him, or yeah, this could work, that could work. And actually, sorry, I missed Ryan McLeod on there. Ryan McLeod, who we've debated already a little bit on the channel about being a black ace, is on there. So keep him in mind. A version of Raphael Lavoie from a couple years ago, if you would. All right, so goaltending, the only big major issue, as Matheson noted in his article, is simply put, Shane Sterrett's not on here. Yeah, poor guy. Dealt with some injuries all season long, couldn't shake him, and, well, he's a UFA at the end of the year, so more than likely Shane Sterrett's years in the Edmonton Oilers farm system done. His season of playing with his brother Bo done, and that will move him on to the next stage of his career if he can. I mean, those injuries, oh man, as a goaltender, you don't want to see that, and that could be a prolonged thing. So keep an eye out for what happens with Shane Sterrett, and we'll see what happens moving forward with him and the Edmonton Oilers. So let's discuss a little bit about what's going on here on this roster and get a little bit more hot take-ish, should we, about what's going on here. I mean, I feel bad when I say hot take nowadays because that's a coined term that belongs to a man who is absolutely crushing hockey streaming in the COVID era, Mr. John with Hot Take Hockey, but I'm still going to use it because we're going to have fun with it. So, realistically, the debate comes down, right, is those middle lines there: James Neal, Jujhar Khaira, Alex Chiasson, Joakim Nygard, Gaetan, Patrick Russell. Great. The Black Aces: Tyler Benson, Cooper Marody, Marcus Granlund, Ryan McLeod. There's not really much debate there, and I think that settles. If the journalists are starting to put together that Raphael Lavoie is not going to be on the squad, that settles the whole contract situation, if he's allowed to play or not. So we'll see what happens there, but I think scratch off Raphael Lavoie for good, as far as I'd understand at this point. Now, the interesting part is the bottom three on the defense. Legason definitely probably going to play victim here, because he's going to be victim of Evan Bouchard and Philip Broberg moving in the lineup should bottom pairing defensemen get injured. You have a Chris Russell, Caleb Jones, Mike Green, Matt Benning get injured. You will see, more than likely, in my opinion, an Evan Bouchard or Philip Broberg in the lineup than you would see a William Legason. And that sounds weird, but I mean, William Legason's kind of that guy who's not a last resort like I'm making him sound like, but right, obviously the caliber. These two that I'm talking about, Bouchard and Broberg, the two Bs, are, well, three Bs when you talk about, four Bs when you talk about Benning and Bear. Math, not my strong suit on a long day at work, but you do the math, right? Evan Bouchard, much more highly touted. Philip Broberg, make a word, Tyson, much more highly touted as well. So you got to keep that in mind, that those two guys probably have some preference over William Legason. But don't forget, William Legason played a ton of games for us this year as well, in terms of a rookie season shuttled up between AHL and NHL. So wouldn't be surprised to see him actually get in there, but just kind of the way development paths go and the way this whole COVID thing and the 24-team format could work out, I think you probably see Bouchard and Broberg in there before Legason, but that remains to be seen. I'm no expert. I'm just a guy that shouts my opinion, and obviously I'd like it to be right, but at the same rate, do I want to see Bouchard or Broberg blamed for losing us a series when they didn't play a single game in the NHL all season long? Absolutely not. So we'll take some stuff with a grain of salt here, and we'll make sure we move on from that with the theory in mind that Benson, Marody, Granlund, McLeod. Granlund also signed his 2-year contract with Salavat Yuliyev today. We knew that was coming a month ago. I had that before anyone else, so we don't really have to worry about that. We're good there. Granlund, least likely guy to see ice time, I'd say, but again, similar to Legason, I say least likely. He's probably the most likely. Cooper Marody, Tyler Benson, Ryan McLeod. Ryan McLeod, if you're a betting man, is your least likely player to see ice time in this group of 30 guys, but right, you just don't know. Cooper Marody coming off concussion issues. Should he have something flare up over that during training camp, straight up, he automatically becomes lowest on the totem pole. So I don't know. There's a lot to debate here. And this is a great list because this is really a who's who of the Edmonton Oilers organization in 2019-2020, realistically, right? Let me just bring up that list one more time for you. Sorry, I really wanted to drink. I was getting thirsty. Let me bring up a cap-friendly list here for you. And right off the top, I said The notable exclusion is Laval, but I think we know what's going on with him. Niemelin and Berglund excluded. You've got, who else excluded? Who else? Ryan Kuffner not on there. He was a farmhand that we acquired in the trade with Detroit. Obviously, Nolan Beasy not on there. Kirill Maximov, yeah, sure. Ostap Safin, Cameron Hebig, Thomas Yurko. This is the big one. I knew I was missing somebody, obviously outside of Joseph Gambardella and Josh Curry, but Thomas Yurko not being on this list, that is huge. That is probably your most notable exclusion from that list. A guy who should have had his season expanded. And Brandon Manning definitely not on that list. And then you've got Dmitry Samorukov not on that list. And there's nobody else really to worry about. Lundstrom's in the same boat as the other guys. And then, of course, you've got Keegan Lowe down there, Logan Day, right? They're not seeing NHL time, nor are they even seeing training camp time this year. So their season ended when the AHL season ended. Guys, that's really my takes. That's my breakdown. I'm going to let you head out. I'm going to have myself a great Canada Day Eve, and then, of course, hopefully get some sleep tomorrow and get ready to go to work on Thursday and kick butt and start July off hot. I'm Tyson. This is Dolynny TV. I am up on out of here.